Ever since I started using System.io, it managed to process over $34,000. Now, I'm amazed by how powerful this system is. I've been testing it extensively for a while now. So if you're a content creator or someone that sells digital products or want to create memberships or courses, then this review is very important, because this System.io review really tells you everything that you need to know about this platform. And the great news is you can start for free. So as you can see here, this is my dashboard. This is what I managed to do. And this is the all-time sales. And as you can see here, it's 34,000. Now, I'm also part of the affiliate program, but I haven't been really pushing it that much. But as you can see here, my lifetime earnings are 2,731. Now, there's a lot of things here that we are going to go into and really see how these can benefit us as we create our own online business. All right, so let's get started. Now, getting started with System.io is easy, and you can actually create a free account. So let's go ahead and let's see how easy it is to create one. So all you need to do is to come over here and add your email address. So I'm going to go ahead and add mine. Next, I'm going to click here, and now it's saying, wait, exclusive offer, blah, 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 and so on. So I'm just going to go with the basic account. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So here it's asking me for my first name and last name. Okay, so now that I've signed up, the next step now is to confirm my email address. But you can also take advantage of this offer over here for $16 per month, and you get 5,000 contacts, A/B testing, and so on. But right now we want to keep things very simple. So let's go ahead now and check our email and see if I've gotten something. And sure enough, here it is. I've got my email to confirm, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm by clicking here. All right, so now I need to enter my first name and last name. Next, I just need to confirm that I'm not a robot, and then click on save. I'm also going to save the password. Oops, something is wrong here. All right, so I need to change my password. Okay, so that has worked now. So I'm going to go ahead now and log in. Next, I need to get my verification code. So I'm going to go back to my inbox, and this is my verification code. Now, this is very important because, as you can imagine, if your account gets hacked, that means that, all your money is gone, literally. So anyway, I'm going to click on sign in. And as you can see now, I'm here on my main dashboard. Now, the sign-in process is very, very straightforward, as you've seen. Now, let's take a look at all the features. So first of all, you can join the affiliate program and earn a bit of money by promoting System.io. And all you have to do is to come over here to the affiliate dashboard, and right away you have your affiliate ID. So this is what you want to be promoting. In fact, here's the link. This is the link you want to be promoting to get your 60% lifetime commissions. So you can also earn money while using System.io, which is fantastic. But what I really want to look at here is the CRM. So when I take a look at the contacts, every time someone signs in, they are going to be listed here. And when you drill down into the actual person, you can see here there's more information. There'll be the last name, the country, and so on. And when you go down here, you can also see the selected tags, if you have any tags, and also the payments. So as you can see here, there's a lot of information regarding that particular user that have signed up onto your CRM, which is brilliant. Okay, so let's say you want to add a tag. Now, these tags are very important because they segment all your users on your CRM. So let's say someone has purchased a particular course or a particular product. You can tag them using that and then separate them like that. So as you're sending out emails, you can send your emails out based on the tag. All right, so let's create a tag and see how easy it is. All right, so to create a tag, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to name this subscriber, hit save, and that's all you need to do. Let's create one more. If I come over here, and perhaps this one here is customer, save. So that's how easy it is to create a tag. Now let's continue on. Now we also have these pipelines. So you can see here, you can create a pipeline here and then see how your leads go into all these different stages. Okay, next we also have the calendar. So you can actually create a new event by coming over here. You give it a name, and you can also set the duration and the host name, which is me. And then over here, we have an online meeting, phone, or personal. So you can actually use this similar to what Calendly does. And all this is in one platform. So as you can see, this is really, really, really powerful. And I like this feature. So over here, you can also add your availability time. So let's say on Monday, you want to be available. You can add your time slots. So if I add the time slot here, I can go in and say, okay, 5:45 p.m. 10:15 p.m. to, okay, I'm just adding, random times there. I'm just remove that. So you can go in and add everything here. And once everything is done, you can save and preview, share that link, and pretty much you are good to go if you wanted to provide some consultancy calls, which is brilliant. All right, so let's move on. So here we have website. So you can also create blogs using this system, but I don't really recommend using blogs for this because the SEO settings are pretty much not as strong as you would have on WordPress. But if you want to sell your products or you want to create communities, then obviously this is the best platform for you. Next, let's take a look at our sales funnels. Okay, so creating a sales funnel, you just click here on create, you give it a name. So let's call this test funnel. Okay, so there's the funnel domain. So here you can sign up this with a proper domain, but I'll show you how to do that later on. So you have options here to either build an audience, sell a product, custom, evergreen webinar, right? And then you can change your currency here. So let's say you want to sell a product and then your currency here is in US dollars. You can just search for it. So I'm just going to go in and search for US, for example, USD. Okay. So here it is, US dollar. I'm going to go ahead and save. So here's my test funnel. So as you can see, the layout here is very, very simple. So you have your three dots here. So this is where you can click to view. So if I open this in a new tab, I can view it. But obviously I haven't designed anything, so that's why it looks blank. So back over here now, you're probably asking, so how do I go in and create and design my funnel? Well, you're going to be amazed because there is an actual page builder here. So I've just clicked on that and you can see now I have my order forms and there is quite a lot here that I can use. So let's say I'm going to go with, say, this design. I can either preview it. So this is going to be my sales page or my checkout page, right? So let's go ahead and select it. And just by doing that, I can now add in my commissions if there's a need for that, but I'm going to remove that. And here I can specify if it's a digital product. And by the way, you can sell physical products as well using this system. So I can go here and say digital. Okay. Next, we also have your digital product and your price plans. So here you can select whatever price plan you want. So let's say, for example, I'm going to say one-off, but for this, I have to create the price plan first for this to work. Okay. Next, we also have our coupons. You can come over here and create your coupons, but this is not going to work because I need to add my payment gateway first, which is either Stripe or PayPal. Right. So let's take a look now and see what else we can do here. So we can actually view the funnel step or edit the page. So if I come over here to edit, you now start to see that this becomes very exciting because this now is pretty much how a page builder works. So you have your rows, you have your columns, and so on. So let's say you want to add a few information here. You can just drag and drop it. So let's say this is your text. So that's your description text. If you want to add your headline, you can just drag and drop it there. If you want to add a bulleted list, you can go ahead and add it like that. So as you can see, it's all drag and drop, pretty much what you would do if you were using a page builder. Okay. Right. So now that I have added that, if you want to move things around, you can also move things around in here. So you can see we have a row that you can move things around. Right. Next, you can see here we also have shipping. We can add a video if you wanted to. You can just drag and drop it here. But for now, I'm not going to add the video. Now, if there's anything in particular you want to go in and fix, you can just hover over it, click on this gear icon, and now you can go in and start making some changes. So here you can see it says purchases summary. I can change my font size by increasing it over here. I can also choose the font itself over here. So let's say I want to go with something like a Poppins. I can search for it. Okay, if it's not there, I can always go into Google Fonts and then search for it here. And there it is. I can select that. So as you can see, I can really customize this the way I want. Again, I can click on that, go to my Google Fonts, select, and then we can continue on and, make all these changes throughout the whole website. Now, in terms of, let's say, spacing, I can also come over here, hover over whatever it is I want to go in and customize. And now you can see I'm in the row settings. So I can now add my top padding. I can also add my bottom padding like that. I can also do left and right. And here I can also play around with some colors if I wanted to. So let's say I want to add a color so that it really stands out. I can go in there. If I want to add some transparency, I can do that as well. So as you can see, this, it pretty much works like a page builder, although it's not a fully fledged page builder, but it does pretty much, what you need to do. Okay, next we also have our settings here. So you can actually save everything globally here by setting up all your fonts. So let's say you select Google Fonts here. At the moment, it's got color, but you can set everything to Poppins. That way, you don't have to go in and make changes to each and every module that you're working with. You can just set everything up here and you're good to go. So now you have your heading typography here, your language, your background color, and so on. Okay, which is fantastic. Right, so now that we have our page settings, we also have options for our pop-ups if you want to add a pop-up. So when someone clicks on something, you get a pop-up on the screen. I mean, it's also up to you if you want to do that. For now, I'm going to click on Save Settings. Okay, so let's go back to my settings here, and then I'm going to exit. All right, so I'm going to stay on the page for now. Let's take a quick look. And there we go. So you can see I've added my background color. I have my billing information and email. Okay, so let's say you want to go in and further do some changes. We can just exit here. And now we are back to our step. Now, this may look very basic, when you look at it, but there's a lot going on here. This particular funnel that we've just created called test funnel, it also has automation rules. So I can actually add a rule here, and this rule can be a trigger. So we start off with the trigger. So I'm going to say new sale. So this is coming from the test funnel. And my step is because someone has gone on the order form. So when you click on this drop down, now right now it doesn't have much because I haven't set up my payment gateway and all that. But this trigger can start from the test funnel and because of this funnel step. And then over here on the actions, this is where now you can say, okay, let's add a tag. Now, when you click on this drop down, you can add your tag as a subscriber because that's the one that I've just created. We can add another one. So I can say subscribe to campaign. I can also send an email. So if I want to send an email, I can come over here, click on this plus button, and this creates an email message. And that'll be my message. So I could actually say thank you, and then I would say download your product like that, and then add all my information in here. I can also attach my file over here if I wanted to. And then I can also set my send email address and so on. Now, once I've done that, I can save. I'm not sure if this is going to allow me because I haven't entered all the information. But I guess you see the idea of how this would work. So now that I've shown you the automation, now this is for this actual funnel. We also have A/B testing. So here we have the order form, but you can also create a variant here. And this variant now is for you to test and see which one is performing better. And whatever is performing better, you can just go in and choose that one. Next, you also have your stats. Now, this is where you have a list of all your customers. Now, I would have shown you this on my working system, but of course, because of my customers' emails, that wouldn't be a good thing for me to show you all their details. But this is where you would see all that information. Next, you also have your leads, and this is where you have your list of all your leads. Here, you can also have your list of all your sales. And then finally, you can set up a deadline. Okay, so this is where you can enable this feature. Deadline expires in, so let's say 4 days. For example, you select the funnel, and right now we're working on this order form, and then time when deadline page should expire. You can activate that and then add your time. Okay, so let's say it's 10:15 p.m. and then pretty much here, all you need to do is to select the available funnel for the deadline funnel. Okay, once you've done that, you click on save. Okay, in fact, I needed to add a redirection over here when the deal is gone, but you can add that by creating this step. So you can give this step here and say order expired, for example, and then you can choose the step, and the step here could be, pretty much anything. Info page, for example. So in our case, it has to be an info page where you're just telling people what is going on. So I'm going to save that. And now you can see here we have an info page. But as you look at these pages, you may be thinking, well, okay, it says privacy policy. You can go in and change the contents of this by going into the actual page builder. Okay. All right. So back over here, that's our deadline settings. You can view the funnel, and over here on the funnel settings, you can do, some basic settings here, and pretty much that's it. Okay. Next, you have the thank you page. Now, this thank you page here is a page where someone goes to after they have purchased the product. So here you can choose your template and then start customizing it. Now, on this template, if you wanted, you can add your downloadable. So let's go ahead and select this so I can show you quickly how you do that. So now you can click on edit. Right, so now once you've edited it, you can scroll down here and add a button. Okay, so where's my button here? So here's my button. I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it. So this is where you can go in and add your text. So where it says submit form, right, you can also add download file. And this is where you can add your file, drag and drop it in here. And after they've purchased, when they get to the thank you page, this is where they click and they download their product. And again, I like the simplicity of this. Okay, so let's exit from here. I'm going to say yes. Okay, and we've had a look at this page anyway. This is our order expired, and then this is our inactive page. But of course, if you want to go in and add information on this page, you can go ahead and do that and build it from scratch. All right, so that is our funnel. So the question now is, what else do we have? We also have digital stores. So here you can create a digital store and give it a name. So I'm going to call this Mac Store and then click on Save. So this is where I can start adding all my products. So if you're a content creator or you have digital products, you can start adding your products here. So you can either sell a course, sell a digital download, and you choose a thumbnail, you give it a name, set it as buy, and then you can just go in and customize all that. It also has a checkout page when they go on to that product. Okay, and it also has its thank you page. So as you can see here, this is one of the quickest ways to launch your own digital store instead of having this on either YouTube, which is not your actual platform, but having it on something that you can actually control yourself. Next, let's head over to emails, because emails are also very important when you create an online business. So here is where you can create either newsletters, campaigns, and you can also have a look at statistics. So with your newsletters here, you can click on create and you can create a newsletter that you can send to anyone that's on your list. Okay. If you want to create a campaign, you could always come over here, click on campaign, and then you can give your campaign a name and so on. And this is how you would send your emails. Next, let's take a look at our automations. Now, this is one of my favorite parts because this is what makes the whole system work in an amazing way. So what you do here is you create your automation, and then here is the trigger. Okay. As you can see here, the trigger starts with a lot of things. Campaign completed, digital store subscription complete, blog form subscribed, form funnel form subscribed, tag added, and so on. So let's say I go with tag added. You choose your tag here, and then you can choose your action. So the action could subscribe to campaign, unsubscribe from campaign, send email, and you can stack all your actions that you need to add over here, which again is really, really cool. Now, once you've done that, you have a list of automations that you can add. So they will all be listed here once you add them, and they'll be working behind the scenes for you. Okay, so here you can also have a trigger type, and this is how you would start by filtering through all your automations. All right, next you also have workflows. Again, this is something that is really awesome. So I'm going to call this Mac Create. Right, so creating your workflow, you click on this name, and this is where this will start with a specific trigger. So we're going to click here, choose a trigger, and we're going to say tag added, and then the tag is subscriber, for example. And now you can go in and add the actions. So the action here could be remove a tag, enroll in course. So if you want to enroll someone on a course based on the tag, this is how you would do it. You'd come over here, choose the course. Now, right now, I don't have any courses. Access type, full, drip, or partial access. I mean, as you can see, this is really, really, really powerful. There's a lot of features here, and it's just your creativity now that's needed in order for this to really work for you. All right, so you have your workflows, your rules. We also have assets. So this is where you would add your physical products. So you can add and create them over here, just like WooCommerce. Here you can add all your coupons. Remember that coupon that we had, this is where you can create your coupon. So I want to call this coupon code MAC50, for example. And in fact, This would be the coupon code itself, but you can call this 50% discount like that. Okay. And then here you can select the type. If it's a percentage, you can go ahead and add your percentage, discount amount, 50, expiration. You can add your date here like that. And then limit use. If you want this to be unlimited, you leave it blank. But if you want to apply to the first 100 people, that's what you would do, and then click on save. So when you create a product now, this is what you reference on the parts where you need to apply the coupon code on your checkout page. Okay. Next, we also have courses. Now, this is really awesome. Now, imagine having a course on a platform where you're selling all your courses by yourself using this system. So we're going to call this new course Mac, and this will be the path URL. And these are the templates that we have. And this will pretty much give you an idea of what the theme or the layout would look like. I'm going to say save. Okay, let me just add that. Let's see if this will work now. Okay, great. So to create my course, you'd come over here. You can start adding your modules. This is where you would see all your students, by the way. Right now, there aren't any. So we're going to come back over here to courses. Now, always take a look at these three little dots here. You can view the curriculum settings and so on. So if I come over here to settings, I can give this course a description. And when I scroll down here, I can also change my font here. The theme is purple. I can change my theme if I wanted to, but these are just basic settings. But the most important thing is when I head over now to my courses, it's very easy for me to start adding my modules. So if I click on add module here, so I'm going to call this module 1 and then click on save. Right now in module 1, I can now enter my lectures. Okay. So I'm going to call this lesson 1. Now I'm not going to add a delay. I'll just leave it as it is. If you want to add some comments, you can add your comments. And now you can choose whatever template you want. So if you're going to have a video, perhaps you may want to use this template. So I'm going to click on select. If you want to preview it, you can preview the template over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and save. Right. So now I have my lesson 1. I can now go in and start adding all my information. So for example, this is a video. So if I wanted to go in and sort out my video, I'll just click over here on this little gear icon. And this is where I would add my URL. So this could be Vimeo, it could be YouTube, whatever it is that you may want to add, you can add it here. Now there's also other features like autoplay, controls on. So you can set it to controls off if you want. You can add a shadow, border. And let's say you're going to add a solid border here. You can add your width. If you want to add your border radius, you can add your border radius here like that and so on. Okay. So that is the video part. Now, if you want to go in and adjust your texts that goes with the lesson, you can go in and start typing and edit all this just like that. Okay. So once you're done, save changes and let's do a quick preview. So look at that. This is what it looks like. So you can mark this as complete and the percentage will be shown over here. But obviously this is a demo. So after this, you can click on next and then go to your next lesson. So it's very simple and it also does the job. Okay. So let's exit out of here. That's the courses. Next, let's take a look at our communities. So if you want to have your own community, this is again where you would come in and set your community. So I'm going to call this Mac community and that's my path. Right. So here we go. So that's my community. If I need to go in and make some changes or customizations, this is where I would come in and I could write something. So test message, the topic. I don't have any topics here. And this is where I'll add all my content, add post. But this won't work because I don't have a topic. Okay. Now over here, you also have your settings. This is your community. If you want to make it public, it's all up to you. You can always come over here and say public. And if you want to enable the automatic post approval, you can also go ahead and do that over here. So as you can see, you can set it up. You can choose your file here that represents your community. It's all up to you how you want to set it all up. Okay. So back over here, what else do we have? We also have a place to add all our files. And then here, this is where you get all your sales and your orders, your transactions, your subscriptions, affiliate invoices, and so on. And then finally, you have your help. Now over here is where you get your main settings. Now this page here is very, very important because this is where you want to go in and set quite a few things. For example, your emails. You can actually use SendGrid for this. So if you activate SendGrid, and this is where you'd add your API key, and this is how it's going to manage all your emails on your system on system.io. Okay, and all you need to do is to add a bit of information here, your email address. If you want to set up double opt-in, you can go in and set it up here. So this page is very, very important. Next, we also have your courses here. You can store students' sessions. If you want to do that, you can activate it here. Payment settings. Okay, now if it's to do with VAT, if you're in Europe and so on, this is where you'd come in and set all that. Now, sales funnels, UTM parameters, shipping settings, affiliate program. You have your public API keys, your webhooks. If you want to connect this to other platforms, you can also do that. Okay, Active Campaign. If you want to use Active Campaign, this is where you'd add your API key and API URL. So as you can see here, there's a lot of things that you can set up. And the most important one here is the payment gateway. So you want to make sure that you have a Stripe account or PayPal account or any one of these in order for you to get paid when you sell all your products on System.io. So all in all, this is a very, very powerful system. As I mentioned, I've been using this for quite a few months. I mean, if you want to jump on this without really putting a lot of money upfront, go ahead and sign up. It is 100% free. I've left a link in the video description below to get your System.io account. So go ahead and do that. And this is the fastest way to start selling your digital products, your courses, your memberships, and even to do one-to-one consultations. Absolutely free. Go ahead, try it out, and I'll speak to you very soon. Take care.